Ya. Apa Purnama ternyata udah 1:30. Oh iya Bunda.
Memasuki acara yang selanjutnya yaitu sambutan. Sambutan pertama akan disampaikan oleh Kepala Unit Kerjasama Bapak Purnama Syaifur Rahman. Kepadanya dipersilahkan.
Baik, terima kasih pembawa acara, moderator Wardah, yang terhormat Bunda Warek 3 UHAMKA, Bapak Ibu pimpinan di tingkat fakultas dan program studi, serta narasumber kita Aisyah Tirto Sudiro ya, dan Bapak teman-teman mahasiswa calon peserta IISMA. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillah ya, kita akan mengadakan sosialisasi ya, atau sharing session tentang kegiatan IISMA ini ya. Ini adalah kegiatan yang cukup berreputasi ya, bergengsi. Alhamdulillah UHAMKA di IISMA perdana ini kita ada satu mahasiswa yang ikut ya. Nah ini saya kira kita akan minta pengalamannya dari Aisha untuk disampaikan. Nanti dari para narasumber kita akan mendapatkan pengalaman serta para mahasiswa yang lain agar terpicu ya untuk mengikuti kegiatan ini. Untuk ke depan saya akan share screen ya, apa yang akan dilakukan oleh UHAMKA. Nah ini yang akan kita adakan ya bagi para mahasiswa yang ingin mengikuti IISMA seperti Aisyah. Nah ini syarat-syaratnya ya. Dan saya kira saya sudah sebarkan di berbagai WA group ya, dan juga kepada para pimpinan agar mahasiswa ini bisa mengikuti ya. Yang memang berpotensi silahkan daftar ya. Nanti kita akan ada yang summer camp ya, super camp. Nah, jadi kami ingin mendorong agar mahasiswa UHAMKA lebih banyak ya daripada sekedar Aisyah sendiri ya, nanti ke depan bisa lebih banyak ya. Nah, jadi pengalamannya sekarang akan di-share, semoga ke depan kita akan ada calon-calon IISMA yang lain ya. Ini bagus untuk peningkatan kepribadian ya, peningkatan pengalaman dan juga mungkin motivasi ke depan ya. Nah, nanti kita tahu lebih jauhnya dari Aisyah. Demikian yang saya sampaikan. Billahi fisabilil haq, fastabiqul khairat. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih kepada Bapak Purnama Syaifur Rahman atas sambutannya. Selanjutnya yaitu sambutan kedua yang akan disampaikan oleh Wakil Rektor 3 kepada Ibu Dr. Leli Kodariah MPD, dipersilahkan.
Oh, saya izin ya, saya di dalam deh. Terima kasih, Warga. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Aduh Bunda tuh karena kebetulan sedang di jalan ya, jadi apa namanya tidak terpantau semuanya. Puji dan rasa syukur alhamdulillah pada siang hari ini kita bisa bertemu dengan luar biasa. Aisyah, selamat datang lagi di Indonesia, sehat selalu ya. Bunda dengarnya itu kemarin di karantina gitu kan, kata Pak Purnama. Jadi lama di karantina dibandingkan dengan di Amerikanya ya. Pak Purnama bersama dengan ya, apa namanya? Sebentar. Oh, mohon maaf sebentar. Nah, baik, jadi kegiatan kita ini oleh Pak Purnama bersama dengan tim ini merupakan satu hal yang sangat positif, menimba ilmu, menimba pengalaman dari teman-teman yang sudah berangkat, begitu ya. Saya sangat bersyukur bahwa UHAMKA, walaupun Aisyah sendirian gitu ya, yang IISMA itu bisa hadir, tetapi saya pikir ini bisa membawa nama baik perguruan tinggi kita, begitu ya, Muhammadiyah, UHAMKA khususnya, yang bisa bergerak menginternasional. Syukur, berterima kasih betul dengan Aisyah bahwa yuk, yang tinggi kamu di depan dong, kamu di depan, Yuk. Mohon maaf, agak ribet dengan yang lain-lain. Kemudian saya diminta oleh Pak Rektor untuk bisa apa namanya, untuk bisa menjelaskan betapa kegiatan-kegiatan ini sangat penting apalagi di tengah nanti akan sangat dibutuhkan bagaimana kita untuk melihat begitu ya, melihat perkembangan, kemajuan, cara berpikir, pola berkomunikasi, pola bermasyarakat, pola hidup dan lain sebagainya. Dan pengalaman-pengalaman ini akan menjadi bagian sangat penting dalam rangka mengolah apa namanya, potensi-potensi yang dimiliki oleh pribadi atau oleh yang lainnya. Saya berharap betul nanti Aisyah bisa cerita misalnya bagaimana ketika wawancara gitu ya. Karena di wawancara itu bukan satu hal yang mudah juga untuk misalnya mengeluarkan ide, gagasan gitu kan. Kita pasti deg-degan tuh gitu ya. Jadi belajar secara psikologis untuk bisa meredam bagaimana perasaan-perasaan kita minimal dari wawancara. Karena kan kita harus diwawancara dulu untuk bisa lolos itu gitu. Jadi jangan berpikir ke Amerika dulu, tetapi hadapi yang ketika kita wawancara dulu gitu. Kemudian kebahasaannya. Berarti kan kita juga harus mengasah kebahasaannya teman-teman gitu ya. Pak Purnama insya Allah ini akan membantu gitu ya, bagaimana nanti kebahasaannya itu juga apa namanya yang perlu kita lakukan. Kemudian hal yang lain dari persoalan apa namanya kemampuan apa sih namanya itu, kemampuan mental kita ya. Jadi mungkin Aisyah karena pernah keluar gitu ya, tetapi bagi teman-teman bisa jadi homesick gitu ya. Jadi homesick baru seminggu udah nangis-nangis gitu kan, nangis bombay karena kangen gitu ya, karena beda kebiasaan, tidak pernah ketemu dengan nasi, adanya mie sama roti gitu ya. Kalaupun misalkan ada nasi, kita harus carinya jauh gitu. Nah, persoalan-persoalan teknis seperti begitu juga kita perlu pelajari. Budaya-budaya di Amerika itu juga kan perlu kita pelajari supaya kita juga bisa apa sih sebenarnya tujuan kita ke sana itu, mau ngapain sih kita kan ke sana itu. Saya yakin jangan berikan kesempatan Aisyah untuk diem. Ya, silakan elaborasi sedemikian rupa bagaimana ketika diwawancara, proses wawancaranya seperti bagaimana, mungkin teknik menjawabnya seperti bagaimana gitu ya ke Aisyah. Karena Pak Purnama sendiri itu menjadi tim penilai itu. Jadi Pak Purnama juga menjadi tim penilai. Ada yang dari satu perguruan tinggi itu diloloskan oleh Pak Purnama semuanya karena memang dari cara menjawab, dari kemampuan, dari kebahasannya, kalau kata Pak Purnama kayak air mengalir, udah kayak begitu gitu ya. Nah, saya pikir hal-hal positif yang seperti begitu itu digali sebanyak mungkin dari Aisyah, dan Aisyah juga jangan pelit-pelit dengan ilmunya ya. Jadi ceritakan saja apa yang dirasakan oleh Aisyah, sehingga ini kan akan menjadi bagian penting bagi teman-teman untuk mempersiapkan diri. Oke, sukses untuk Ananda semuanya. Saya senang Ananda akan menjadi bagian yang saya berharap betul bahwa Ananda nanti kan akan menjadi Aisyah selanjutnya gitu. Jadi tidak sendirian gitu ya, tidak seperti kemarin Aisyah sendirian, tetapi sekarang itu lebih banyak yang bisa merambah dunia, bukan dunia lain ya, bisa merambah dunia di Amerika sana, sehingga insya Allah ini akan menjadi modal yang sangat berharga untuk Ananda ke depan. Itu saja Pak Purnama, saya menyampaikan ucapan terima kasih kepada unit kerjasama yang bisa membuat ruang yang baik untuk teman-teman melatih diri begitu ya, mempersiapkan diri dalam menguasai, dalam bisa berkontribusi di masyarakat yang lebih luas. Itu saja yang ingin saya sampaikan. Terima kasih. Billahi bisa Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih kepada Ibu Dr. Lely Kodaria, MPD, atas sambutannya. Di acara sharing session kali ini, kita akan membahas perihal program IISMA. Perlu kita ketahui, IISMA ini kepanjangan dari Indonesia International Student Mobility Award, yang dimana ini adalah salah satu program unggulan dari 8 program kampus merdeka yang bertujuan untuk memberikan hak dan kesempatan bagi mahasiswa untuk melakukan kegiatan pengembangan diri di luar kampusnya pada perguruan tinggi terbaik luar negeri. Sharing session ini akan disampaikan oleh Aisha Nurhadifa Tirto Sudiro, mahasiswa program studi ilmu gizi UHAMKA peraih program IISMA pada tahun 2021. Kepadanya dipersilahkan.
Terima kasih Kak Wanda. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih kepada Ibu Lely, Bapak Purnama, dan Kak Wanda atas pembukaannya dan kesempatan untuk saya hari ini. Nama saya Aisha Nurhadifa Tirto Sudiro dan saya adalah IISMA Awardee tahun 2021 untuk UC Davis atau University of California Davis. Ini saya akan presentasi. Jadi saya hari ini akan sharing sedikit aja tentang pengalaman saya dan semua tentang IISMA. Jadi di presentasi saya hari ini, saya akan membahas untuk what to prepare untuk si IISMA sendiri, essay dan interview, school environment, dan juga overall testimoni saya selama mengikuti program beasiswa ini, selama mengikuti IISMA, dan saya sama di Amerika Serikat.
Aisha, I'm sorry, please communication in English.
Oh, okay, full English. Okay. Okay, so in today's presentation, there are a few pictures too. I just added here and there, so you guys could enjoy too. So what is IISMA? IISMA, just as Kawada stated earlier, IISMA is Indonesian Student Mobility Awards. It's basically a program that sends Indonesian students abroad for 6 months or a semester. This program is made by Kemendikbud with LPDP, and it's basically a program that consists of a lot of universities, international universities, American universities, European universities, even Asian universities. Okay, so What to prepare for IISMA? Number one is to be an Indonesian citizenship. You cannot have dual citizenship because before there was a problem with someone who had dual citizenship. You have to be fully Indonesian. Second is to be admitted in an Indonesian university. Number three is you need to be in your 1st or 6th semester when you are doing this program. Number four is you need to be nominated by your university. Usually this happens to big universities. For example, Universitas Indonesia, they only accept 100 students and only 64 to 96 is accepted to be in IISMA. And you need an English proficiency test, either IELTS, TOEFL, Duolingo English test, or TOEFL ITP. And all the English proficiency test is required by the universities, and it's different for every university. Number 6, you have never been in a scholarship before, a international scholarship. And number 7 is you want to follow all the rules and policy that is given by the program itself. Okay, next. So the English proficiency test that I took is the Duolingo English test. My final score is 135, or it's equivalent to an IELTS 8 or a TOEFL 113 to 115. And when I studied for this test, it took me around 10 days, and I looked up YouTube. I watched this guy, he's called Teacher Luke. He's in YouTube, you can search him up. Basically, what I got from him is that you have to record yourself during speaking, and you also have to time yourself during your writing, because when you're doing the Duolingo English test, there's a lot of things that you need to prepare. So I advise you to, time yourself a lot, and you have to time yourself too. Make sure you're in an empty room, because the English test, someone will actually see what you're doing. If you are looking around the room, there's a possibility that you need to retry your test. So that's just something that you need to prepare. Okay, so the next part is essay and interview, a brief overview. So for the essay, it consists of 4 questions with a maximum of 200 words. And the interview lasts for less than 15 minutes. Okay, so for the essay, these are the questions that were given to me as last year in 2021. The first question was, discuss a time when you face a difficult academic challenge or hurdle and how you navigate through it. Number 2 is, how will this program help you achieve your immediate goals, and how can you contribute back to this program? Third is, please outline your plans to engage with local and international communities during IISMA program using clear examples. And the last one is, discuss your past academic achievements, including the process and skills involved in your previous or current degree program. So a little known fact about this essay part is more than 3,000 people applied to IISMA, and only 2,500 students are past the essay stage. So that's a lot of people disqualified. Okay, so here are my tips and tricks doing the essay. Is number 1, be unique, because as you saw earlier, there are more than 3,000 students applying to this program. So you must be unique in your writing, and you must think of a good hook for your essay. What this means is you need to find a good opening for your essay, because the jury correcting and reading your essay, they don't have time to read everything. So you need to find something that will immerse them, that makes them want to read your essay from start to finish. Number 2, make it personal. Questions that I receive from people is that how they can write their essay when they have no achievements, when they have no organizational experience. For me, I believe everyone has an achievement, but you have to make it personal, because you shouldn't compare yourself to other people and their achievements. I'm pretty sure you all have amazing achievements, but you need to find that in yourself. Number 3, do your research, find about your dream university and even the scholarship itself. In this question before, as you can see here, please outline your plans to engage with local and international communities. You need to find out about your university. You need to find out about what's there, what the organization there is in your dream university, and you have to find out what your goals are and what the program goals are and how you can align that. So again, you need to do a lot of research and put in a lot of time to your essays. Number 4 is watch YouTube for more tips, because that's what I did. YouTube gives a lot of videos on tips and tricks how to write your essays. So just look there and you will find a lot of videos, how you can write it and how, you know, they really tell you what to do. And number 5, and the most important thing, is do not plagiarize and cheat, because using other people's work isn't something that you should do. That's very important. Okay, so this is just an example of my essay. So in this essay, there's one thing that I really want to highlight is this one word, personal academic achievement. What I did here is I'm kind of dissociating myself from all the 3,000 students out there. So by adding the word personal, I'm saying this is my own achievement. I'm kind of making this my personal achievement. So this made it easier for me to work on this essay, to work on this question, because to be honest, this was one of the difficult questions for me to answer. Because thinking about achievements, you really think about, oh, you know, you start to compare yourself. You start to think there are many people out there with tons of achievement, but what is my achievement? So again, you need to make it personal. You need to make it unique. So here I also wrote that it also raised my ability to communicate and build the courage to firmly express my ideas for this project to students and professors. Finishing this project was a personal achievement because in turn, I realized my abilities and skills have grown exponentially. And then I'm able that I am willing to learn and have the courage to fall and stand again despite my shortcomings. So by this, I answered everything in this question, including my process and skills, but I also showed them that this is something personal to me, and that kind of, you know, I'm putting myself aside from everyone else. Okay, so if you pass the essay stage, you will go to the next step, which is the interview stage. And in this interview stage, you will receive your schedule for the interview, and it will be updated on the website with a schedule of your interview via Zoom link. And the duration for your preparation, you only have 2 to 3 days to prepare, and you have to impress them in less than 15 minutes. So it is quite a challenge, but it's possible. Okay, so my tips and trick, my interview preparation is that practice a lot, practice. What I did was I record myself. The reason why I did that, because I want to see my body language, how I was able, you know, to present the topic, so I can see, oh, this one topic, I have a hard time to, you know, show it, to talk about it. So I look at myself, I look at my recordings, and I go back and I correct myself again. And if you're brave enough, find someone to be with you to correct you, whether it be your parents or your friends. You know, it's better that someone who knows you and who is close to you, and you have to convince them. Make sure that your parents or your friends are convinced that, oh, you know, your dreams and your goals and the things that you're saying right now, it convinces them. So it must be you're able to convince the juries. Make sure to write down all the questions that might come out during an essay, a scholarship interview. You must do research, Google, watch YouTube, and that goes to my next tips and trick is watch YouTube. I think these 3 videos here are the top 3 that helped me a lot. The first one, she basically told you to make sure that basically what you're doing right now, you're asking funding to a program. And by doing this, you need to also realize the mission and the vision of the program itself. You need to align those goals of the program with the goals of yourself. And make sure to say hello to the jury and say thank you to the jury. The second one is acing your scholarship interview. What I got from her and what is really important is that always have an ace up in your sleeve, which means always have something that will differentiate you from all the other people. There's 2,500 kids now, and you want to be a part of that 1,000 who will go to your dream university. So what she said is, if you don't have a notable achievement or experience, that's okay, but make it personal and be sure to research deep into the program that you want, because that could be the one thing that you know, make you be a part of the program, because you did deep research on, you know, your program. And this last one is tell me about yourself. This is actually a job interview video, but it's very important because this one question, tell me about yourself, is one of the questions that came out during my interview. And I think this video helped me a lot, because the one thing that I remember about this video is that he talks about your plus and minuses. Sometimes it's hard to think about that, especially your minuses. You can't just say, oh no, I don't have anything bad about me. That's impossible. But if you just say all the bad things about you, your, you know, things that you have flaws in, it's a bit weird. But you have to give your solutions to that. You need to understand that, hey, yes, these are my flaws, but I have a solution and I have done things to work on that. This is something that I used and well, it worked. And then the last one is be confident, trust yourself, and don't be afraid. You don't be nervous, because at the end of the day, to gain this confidence, you need to practice a lot. Just practice till you remember every little thing, and be sure in this interview to write down the points that you want to put across, things that you want the interviewer to know about you, the important things. Okay, so congratulations, you passed your essay and your interview stage. Now what? So this is one of my confirmation in the website. These are the documents that you need to prepare. But I do have to say that every university, every international university that the IISMA program have, the preparations are somewhat different. Not all preparations are the same, but these are the basic preparations. Since I'm applying to an American university, one of the things that I have to prepare is the American visa. So what you want is the F1 visa or the student visa. And the price for the American visa is 10.8 million. And the system for this is the reimbursement system from IISMA. But UHAMKA was very kind to me and gave me help by helping me to pay for the visa, and which really helped me a lot. Okay, so these are the allowances that was given by IISMA to us. This is for California. We have two kinds of allowances, living and settlement allowance. $2,200 is for the settlement allowance, $6,600 is for the living allowance. So in total, there is $8,800 for our allowances. But I do have to put it out there that this is different for everyone. This is for California, and this $8,800 is, there's still housing, there's still healthcare. Even some American universities, they need to pay for their furnishing, for their dorms. For UC Davis students, we have housing. Housing is so we live with other people, locals. in their houses. We don't have a dorm system. So this $8,800, there's still transportation and everything. A lot of things go in here, but it's more than enough for us to be there. So all in all, what's covered is that visa, travel, domestic and international. Domestic meaning if you are out of the city, out of Jakarta, and you need to go to the airport, IISMA will pay for that airport transportation. Quarantine, this is also a reimbursement system, but in UC Davis, the quarantine is paid by the university and the bill is sent straight to IISMA. And we were given $300 as pocket money, but that does not apply to all the universities. Healthcare is paid fully by IISMA, dorm or housing, and PCR test in Indonesia and also in the countries that they are in. Luckily in America, all the PCR tests are free. So a brief overview of where I was a student in University of California, Davis. It is in a small town called Davis. It's a university town. Everyone there is absolutely friendly and kind. A lot of the people there are Asians, mostly I think 70% of the people in UC Davis are Asians. It is in the West Coast. You're close to Sacramento, which is the capital city of California. San Francisco is only 2-3 hours away, and Los Angeles is around 6 to 5 hours away. So UC Davis is top tier 1 research public university, and it is one of the biggest UC campus or one of the biggest University of California campus. This is a picture of UC Davis. This doesn't really show how big it is, but this is just a small part of it. It's really big. So it goes all the way back there. Okay, so this is kind of a video of every morning I bike to campus. The distance from my house to campus is around 8 kilometers. So every day I go back to back 16 kilometers by bike. And that does not include me going from class to class. So it could be more than 16 kilometers. I always bike with my housemate, which is this girl right here. It's great because Davis is called Bike Town. It's one of the platinum score bike cities. These are the things that we do. Oof. So we do fun activities like watching football together with our friends. And here there's student organizations everywhere. You can join a lot of communities. And then here, me and my friends, we usually relax by the park. There's a lot of parks in UC Davis. This is just one of them. It's huge. We usually sit by the hammock, and California is warm even in maybe December, but not really. I guess 1 degree, but compared to all the other states, it's quite warm. Next, this is the Memorial Union. The Memorial Union is a place where usually students hang out. Inside there's a coffee house where we usually buy coffee, buy bread. We eat our lunch here or whatever. We just hang out there with our friends. Here is the campus store. A lot of UC Davis merchandise is here, and it's always full because when you are a UC Davis student, you get a lot of discounts, including electronics like Apple products or Lenovo. A lot of computers you get discounts, and you get free things too, a lot of free things here in UC Davis. So UC Davis, this Memorial Union is as big as the UHAMKA campus. It's actually even bigger, but yeah, it's It's really fun to be there. One of the facilities that I like too in UC Davis is their library. So next to this library is 4 floors. It's really big. Next to the library, there's also a 24-hour study room. It's a study building, not a study room. But here is the library. This is the bottom floor. There's glass walls. You have unique rooms like group project rooms where you and your group, you guys can work there. The middle here, this is called a reading room. Usually when it's exams week, it's always jam-packed. Everyone is here, everyone is studying. The library is always full. Also here, this is basically the front view of the library itself. There's a lot more facilities too. In UC Davis, there's, I think, 3 tennis courts. There's the gym. The gym is free. If you want to go there, all you have to do is swipe your Aggie card. Here is the student community center. So right here, there are rooms where if you're Asian, there's a room for Asians. If you're Hispanic, there's a room for Hispanics. If you're Muslim, there's a room for Muslims. Based on your sexual orientation too, there's a room for that. And then there's a praying room here for Muslims too. A lot of Muslims, they hang out here. And it's 24 hours. All you have to do is swipe your Aggie card or your student card. And basically it's great because there's kitchen, there's fridge, you can just hang there and cook and make something. They give out free food too. And the gym, it's 2 floors with a basketball court and a badminton court. There's everything there. It's fully furnished, everything. There's clubs and organizations too there. Me and my friends, usually we play tennis. We do a lot of workouts in the gym. And UC Davis, they have 3 dining commons, Segundo, Tercero, and Latitude. And they also have markets. Markets are just food there. But basically in the dining commons, you only have to pay $13 and it's all you can eat. They serve you food and you can eat as much as you want. There's breakfast to dinner food. You can request and ask them to make you things here in one of the kitchens, and you can just hang out there with your friends. And usually a lot of the times football athletes are there and they just hang out and eat a lot. So a brief overview of the IISMA program, especially the USA applicants. UC Davis is top 2 with the most applicants. The first one is Boston and the third one is Michigan State University. There are 102 students who applied to UC Davis and only 18 were accepted and 17 were the only one who could pass. And these are my friends. We took a picture in front of the UC Davis logo during our first week. Here are some pictures that I took. I traveled a lot. Thankfully, I had the chance to. Went to New York, Los Angeles, Disneyland with my friends. Funnily enough, a lot of my friends there were Japanese. So one of the girl here, she's my housemate, one of my closest friends. We went to Lake Tahoe, we went to Nevada, we went to San Francisco. Behind me is the Golden Gate Bridge. We went to Stanford and Berkeley. One of the reasons why we wanted to go to Stanford was because a friend of mine really liked Maudia Yunda. And what we did was we went around the campus and we looked for places where she did her videos, and oh, this is where Maudia Yunda did her videos. It's really fun that we were able to be there. It was really something, it was an honor. So here is my friends, my UC Davis friends, the Indonesians who participated in the IISMA program and were able to go to UC Davis. There are 17 of us. These are the pictures that we took during our first week to our last week. On the left is our first week, on the right is our final week. We got everything, we prepared everything, and it was a bittersweet moment. So my overall testimony as a IISMA awardee and a UC Davis student is I had an amazing time there. It really was an exciting experience. One of the things that I also got from my student advisor was it's not always going to be an exciting experience every single day, because that's what they tell you, when you're abroad, you're going to have the most exciting experience of your life. Well, yeah, it's exciting, but there are ups and downs, highs and lows. You have to adjust, you have to adapt to the culture, you have to learn certain things, and but we learned it together. I didn't feel homesick at all, funnily enough, because during my time there, me and my Indonesian friends, we know that we only have such a short time in UC Davis and in America specifically. So we don't want to feel sad, we don't want to miss home, but we do miss Indonesian food because it's so hard to get, so hard to find in America, especially in Davis, it's almost impossible. So whenever we meet an Indonesian, we'd be so happy and we'd ask them if they know any Indonesian food. But the overall testimony is I do encourage people to try this program, to just find a motivation to go abroad, do your best, and it's really going to be a life-changing experience. So these are my contact. You can contact me here if you are willing. But I really would like to extend my thank you to UHAMKA, my campus, Ibu Leli, Ibu Oni, Bapak Purnama, and then everyone, Bumira, Sofianisi, then Aki, my grandpa, who is also a professor in UHAMKA, Aki and everyone in my campus, UHAMKA, really supported me, which helped me to be where I am today. And I cannot express my greatest thank you. So that's all for me, I guess. Thank you so much.
Baik, terima kasih atas pemaparannya. Semuanya kita masuk ke sesi tanya jawab bersama Kak Aisha Nur Hadifah. Untuk yang ingin bertanya, dipersilahkan.
Kak, izin bertanya. Apakah suara saya? Ya,
Iya, terdengar.
ya apakah ya jelas, alhamdulillah. Iya, Bada salam. Halo Kak Aisyah, aku Dinsya. Aku mau tanya Kak, Kakak waktu itu kenapa milihnya University California Davis? Dan sebenarnya gimana sih kita tuh nentuin kampus yang mau kita tuju? Udah itu aja dulu Kak, makasih.
Oke, jadi alasan aku pilih UC Davis sebelumnya aku sebenarnya pengen ke Korea. Aku sempat kepikiran di Korea, tapi pas aku lihat tanya teman-teman aku yang lain banyak yang mau ke Korea. Jadi aku pikir, oke, mungkin chance-nya agak sedikit lebih tipis kalau misalnya aku pilih Korea. Terus akhirnya aku lihat universitas-universitas yang lain dan aku lihat kampus-kampus di Amerika, terutama di UC Davis, karena nanti kalau misalnya kalian dapat list universitas dari IISMA itu, ada juga courses list yang diberikan. Nah, courses list yang diberikan ini juga akan membedakan kalian dari universitas satu yang universitas lain, karena universitas semuanya beda-beda memberikan coursesnya. Juga kalian tidak boleh memilih universitas dengan course yang sejalan dengan course kamu. Misalnya kamu kayak aku anak gizi gitu. Terus aku ambil course di mana universitas itu menyediakan gizi atau dia itu ada courses yang di mana aku pernah ambil. Kemungkinan besar kamu akan ditolak karena IISMA itu mencari anak-anak yang mau belajar di luar courses yang sudah mereka pelajari di Indonesia. Memang itu tujuan mereka mau kita tuh ambil courses yang multidisciplinary. Alasan aku ambil UC Davis karena aku merasa dengan courses yang ada dan dengan goal aku yang aku selama ini ada juga, aku bisa menjustifikasikan jawaban aku dan aku bisa menjawab kalau misalnya sampai aku ditanya kenapa kamu milih UC Davis, karena ya tujuan aku dengan courses yang ada di UC Davis itu selaras gitu. Itu sih.
Dinsya, bagaimana jawabannya? Sudah
Iya.
cukup?
Alhamdulillah cukup. Makasih Kak Aisyah. Mungkin nanti mau tanya lagi Kak, tapi yang lain dulu aja.
Silahkan.
Ya. Untuk yang lainnya silahkan bertanya. Atau mungkin Dinsya ingin bertanya lagi, silahkan.
Ini mungkin ya Kak, aku izin tanya lagi.
Boleh, Dinsya.
Itu ada ya isu lagi itu ya, katanya ternyata hasil akhirnya itu tuh ada perankingan gitu Kak, meskipun kita udah milih universitas yang mungkin kita menyesuaikan nilai IELTS kita, pokoknya English test kita gitu. Tapi tetap aja pada akhirnya itu adakan perankingan, itu bener nggak ya Kak? Mungkin Kakak tahu gitu. Karena ada juga yang dia udah milih universitas ini, tapi akhirnya dia dipindahkan gitu Kak kampusnya. Itu Kak.
Maksudnya perankingan tuh kayak gimana ya, Dinsya?
Jadi tuh aku dengernya ya Kak, jadi ada perankingan kan 1.000 ya Kak, yang diberangkatkan itu ada 1.000 mahasiswa. Nah katanya itu tuh dirankingin yang 1.000 nilai terbaik itu yang masuk gitu Kak.
Mungkin bukan ranking kali ya kata-katanya, tapi lebih kayak bagaimana kamu bagus esainya, bagaimana nilai English test kamu, proficiency test-nya. Karena saat kita masukin nge-submit English proficiency test kita pun itu ditanya kayak writing kamu berapa nilainya, speaking kamu berapa nilainya, yang kayak gitu-gitu tuh ditanya. Dan aku kurang tahu untuk rankingan, mungkin itu bagian dari IISMA-nya, cuman emang tiap universitas tuh beda. Kayak untuk universitas beberapa di UK atau di Asia, mereka nggak menerima Duolingo. Terus kayak kalau nggak salah tuh kemarin Nanyang deh, karena aku sendiri inget banget, aku kaget liatnya. Nanyang itu mereka tinggi minta English proficiency test-nya sampai kayak 8. Itu tinggi banget. Banyak universitas UK pun juga nggak terima Duolingo, mereka maunya kalau nggak TOEFL itu IELTS, dan TOEFL-nya tuh tergantung TOEFL-nya apa. Yang kayak gitu sih, dan mungkin aku juga dengar banyak anak-anak yang di-defer, tapi kemarin pun juga sempat masalah kayak kampusnya tutup karena COVID, karena lagi tutup border, dan lain-lain. Jadi ada banyak faktor-faktor yang emang masuk ke dalam situ.
Oke. Makasih Kak jawabannya. Berarti intinya tuh kita kuatin di kemampuan bahasa banget ya Kak, itu maksudnya itu yang paling dilihat paling besar gitu ya Kak?
Ya, lebih di kemampuan interview kamu sih, dan kemampuan esai. Tapi juga ya interview, karena in a way kamu kan menunjukkan seberapa maunya kamu ke universitas ini, dan seberapa bisa kamu tuh nge-convince si juri ini dalam waktu kurang dari 15 menit, karena itu nggak terasa banget sih.
Oke deh, ya udah mungkin cukup dari aku Kak. Makasih banyak Kak Aisha. Sebelumnya makasih banyak karena udah bantu aku sebelumnya.
Ya, sama-sama Dinsya.
Oke, terima kasih Dinsya atas pertanyaannya. Mungkin untuk Pak Pur nih ingin bertanya tidak kepada Kak Aisyah.
Mungkin saya tidak bertanya ya. Saya hanya menyampaikan saja kepada para mahasiswa yang ingin ikut seperti Aisyah. Nah, jadi pilih universitas ya. Pilih universitas itu jadi trik juga ya, tip and trick itu. Memilih universitas ya. Memilih universitas itu perlu riset ya, jangan sekedar milih. Nah, Aisyah milih di Amerika kan itu ada risetnya ya. Nah, itu sesuai dengan motivation letternya, ya, sesuai dengan apa yang ditulis ketika kita mengajukan ingin ikut ISMA. Nah, jadi itulah kelebihannya Aisyah dengan yang lain ya. Jadi di riset ya, diteliti ya. Kita ini siapa, maunya apa, jurusan apa, terus ke depan maunya apa. Nah, itu saya kira Aisyah sudah memberikan semuanya ya tadi tip and triknya. Jadi ke depan saya kira yang lain juga harus ikut ya, ikut cara-cara Aisyah ini dan jadi diri sendiri ya, jangan kopas ya, jangan kopas ya. Nah, itu yang seperti mudah tapi susah juga ya. Seperti mudah tapi susah. Seperti susah tapi mudah ya, menjadi diri sendiri. Nah, itu tadi yang saya tangkap dari Aisyah ya. Dan pengalamannya itu pasti extraordinary ya, sangat amazing ya, anak UHAMKA bisa kuliah di luar. Nah, mungkin ke depan Aisyah maunya ngapain ya sesudah ISMA? Apa yang tergambar ketika kamu dapat pengalaman di UC Davis? Cita-cita kamu bergeser gak atau masih sama dengan sebelumnya?
Lebih ke aku udah pasti jadi PNS 2, terus jadi lebih banyak pengen gitu ke luar negeri gitu Pak untuk belajar, karena selama di sana, terutama di UC Davis tuh dengan fasilitas-fasilitas mereka, terus anak-anak di sana, kita tuh emang jadi termotivasi untuk belajar, karena tiap kita mau di mana gitu, anak-anak tuh pasti lagi belajar gitu. Terus mungkin cita-cita aku lebih bergeser ke arah apa ya, jadi lebih terbuka aja sih dengan apapun. Dulu aku mikirnya oke, lebih ke fokus sama satu hal aja, tapi mungkin sekarang lebih terbuka dengan kesempatan-kesempatan, coba aja yang kayak gitu. Untuk cita-cita jelasnya sih belum ada pastinya kayak gimana, tapi lebih ke sadar, banyak ya kesempatan-kesempatan, terus banyak oportunitas yang bisa ternyata aku lakukan, terus akan aku coba, kayak gitu sih.
Oke, mungkin ada pertanyaan dari mahasiswa yang lain.
Kalau pertanyaan saya tuh Pak Purnama, visa ke Amerika tuh mahal banget, itu 10 juta itu. Siapa yang biayai itu visanya?
Untuk mahasiswa yang lain mungkin ada pertanyaan boleh ditanyakan pada Kak Aisyah. Jarang-jarang seperti ini ya kita buka sharing session nih untuk kepada Kak Aisyah gitu. Yang sudah pulang dari Amerika gitu. Kita tanya-tanya pengalaman atau trik-trik jitu yang lainnya agar lolos IISMA gitu.
Nggak ada kali ya? Nggak cukup.
Mungkin sudah pada mengerti kali ya, Pak.
Kejarnya yang susah.
Oke, untuk selanjutnya mungkin ada pesan atau saran untuk mahasiswa-mahasiswa UHAMKA nih yang ingin mengikuti jejak Kak Aisha untuk mengikuti IISMA.
Anda atau bukan sudah mengerti, pikirannya sekarang sudah di Amerika semua.
Untuk Kak Aisha mungkin ada pesan atau saran untuk mahasiswa UHAMKA?
Apa ya, mungkin dari aku jangan takut untuk mencoba aja sih. Terus sekarang waktunya masih banyak untuk ke IISMA 2022. Jadi waktu preparationsnya pun banyak. Terus make sure buat banyak latihan dan banyak research aja dari sekarang. Tapi itu aja sih. Jangan takut untuk mencoba aja karena banyak yang sering tanya ke aku gimana cara belajar bahasa Inggris, gimana cara lancarin bahasa Inggris. Tapi mereka tuh takut untuk mencoba gitu, untuk ngomong bahasa Inggris, terus untuk ngelatih itu semua. Kalau misalnya emang kalian punya mimpi yang mau dikejar, nggak usah takut untuk coba dan untuk latihan itu terus. Itu aja sih.
Oke, terima kasih untuk Aisyah, saran dan pesannya untuk mahasiswa UHAMKA. Ini mungkin sudah cukup ya, Pak? Ditutup atau bagaimana?
Ya, mungkin untuk Bunda Warak, silakan.
Maaf gitu.
Mati nih, mati ya.
Maaf ya Mbak ya, terlalu kecil ya. Terlalu kecil
ya. Ya. Mau disedang aja ya?
Senang aja.
Ini cukup.
Terima kasih.
Oke, Wardah mungkin itu aja.
Sudah
Cukup.
ya. Alhamdulillah rangkaian acara sharing session siang hari ini sudah terlaksana dengan baik. Kami ucapkan terima kasih kepada narasumber kita pada siang hari ini, Kak Aisha Nur Hadifat Tirto Sudiro, yang sudah berbagi ilmu dan pengalamannya kepada kita semua. Dan juga terima kasih kepada audiens yang sudah menyimak dengan antusias sharing session siang hari ini. Saya selaku MC pamit undur diri. Billahi fisabilil haq fastabiqul khairat. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih banyak ya Seng ya. Terima kasih semuanya udah hadir. Sukses untuk semuanya ya. Terima kasih. Sukses untuk semuanya ya. Assalamualaikum Mas Tum semuanya.
Salam Ibu.